Good morning. Lord, I pray that this reaches the people. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning. How are you? I didn't think nobody was on here this early. Good morning, this quick. Good morning. I hope you're doing fine this morning. Good morning. Good morning, cool girl, Vania. Good morning. And I love you back. Good morning, Jim. How is the clarity of the video? I just figured out this morning. I'm at this coffee shop. How's the clarity? Can you tell me, is there any lag in the video at all? Good morning. Come on in. Good morning. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Fixing everything blindfolded. Why are we always trying to fix stuff? Huh? Why do we struggle without asking God for help first? Give me 1 second. Let me get this taken care of right here, sweetie. That do it. Okay. All right. Oftentimes we always say, I got this. I can figure it out. I got it. And that's the illusion of self-sufficiency. You know, a lot of times when we go through things, we always believe that we got the answer to it and we want to solve the problem because guess what? We feel like we can do it just like that. And a lot of times we don't want to wait on God. And yeah, that pride steps on in and whispers to it, whispers, doesn't it? And we're thinking that we got it all in control. We're just making a bigger mess. But as I was reading my word this morning, James 1 and 5 reminds us that wisdom doesn't come from an effort alone. It comes from asking God. That's the real strength, is in surrendering. We have to surrender and set aside our pride. Because what I found out for me, going through situations, going through life, whenever I tried to figure it out on my own, because let's just be real. A lot of times we just step out and just start doing stuff. And we're just pushing ourselves further and further and further back. And then when you find yourself in a bigger mess, a bigger situation, then here I go. I can't talk about nobody but me. Okay, God, what's going on? How can you fix this situation? Whatever it may be. If y'all been following me, if y'all been watching my testimonial videos, honey, I'm putting myself in a whole lot of situations and didn't seek and ask God for no help, just trying to figure it out on my own. And then I had to really stand blindly on the faith that I had for him to show up. And he did do that. But what if I would have just asked and prayed and waited for an answer? Maybe I wouldn't have found myself in those diehard situations to where my back was literally up against the wall. And I'm dropping today, by the way, another testimony video is when I was facing a year in the penitentiary. That's dropping today at 2:45. Check the community tab. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about that. I guess y'all saying, girl, girl, honey, you was some I was. I was. I didn't. I think um waiting on God for him to show up in a timely manner. We're afraid because you listen, you're taking too long. And it's that fear that makes us continue to just mess it up, right? Sometimes we don't ask God because we fear his timing. Our timing is not his timing. And if we go and ask him for something, let me put my glasses on. We go and ask him something, he may take, and just because we don't hear, we think that's a answer for a go ahead, like, okay, it's all free and clear. No, it's not. How many times I found myself then prayed and asked God for something and I didn't get no answer, no nothing. And I'm sitting up there thinking, well, this is a go ahead for me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We assume it takes too long, so we rush ahead with quick fixes that leads to a long-term pain. But wisdom from God may come in the wait, the wait. Faith, you build your faith, listen, patience comes with waiting. Good morning, Frank. What's up, V? How you doing? I could have saved myself a whole lot of unnecessary detours if I would have just prayed and waited. But let me say this. Let me say this. Even though I messed up and I needed him to show up for me, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to watch the video that I'm dropping today because when I tell you I needed him like right then and there with no attorney sitting in front of the judge face and he done told me, if you come back in here, I'm going to send you right on to the penitentiary. Let me tell you something. God's grace. His grace said, listen, honey, I take care of fools and babies. And right now, you've been acting like a plumb idiot. Let me go on in here and do what I need to do. But wait till you hear how I was talking to him and what I asked specifically to happen. And he did exactly what I asked him to. He did exactly what I asked him to do. He showed up. And when I tell you, even the bailiff was at awe. Make sure you watch the video today at 2:45. Hi, Laxman. I'm doing well, and yourself? Good morning, everybody. If I mixed your name, please charge it to my head, not my heart. Cool girl, Vienna. Good morning. Jim, good morning. Good morning, Glenn. Again, good morning. Yeah, so these are the things that I'm talking about. Why we always trying to fix something blindfolded? Why we struggle without asking God first? Why? Again, because we don't want to wait on him. And we feel like he take too long, and we want what we want when we want it, and we end up making a bigger mess than we originally started out in. I'm the biggest witness. Laxman, I am from the U.S., Virginia. I am Christopher Bristol. Good morning. I haven't heard from you in a minute. How are you doing? BBC gang in the chat. Well, good morning. You know, a lot of times when we go through stuff, and I don't know about you guys, and if anybody have ever said this to you, um, drop a comment saying, yes, that I've been told this, or give me some hearts or some thumbs up or whatever. But have you all ever been told we are never to question God? I know I was raised in moms who whatever happened, don't question God. You ain't supposed to question. Well, how about if I ain't got no answer? I need a. But in James 1 and 5, he tells us to ask him, and he will not make you feel bad or ashamed for asking him why. A lot of people say, don't question God. Well, honey, I be asking him. Okay, thank you, cool girl, Vienna. I be asking because I want to know, why am I going through this? Why am I dealing with this? You know what I mean? Don't question him. Many of us grew up being told, don't question God. But James 1 and 5 gives us permission to ask, not out of rebellion, but out of a relationship. God invites our questions. Asking him for wisdom is not doubt, it's faith in action. Remember that. James 1 and 5. Next time somebody tell you, listen, don't, whatever you're going through, don't question God. Don't go say, look, read James 1 and 5 and get out my face. Because that's what we have to do. If you don't have the answers, ask, and he'll give it to you. Wisdom. Wisdom. Lord, help me to see things the way you see it. And again, and still now, and I have a lot of growing to do. And am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect. But what I am doing is trying to become a better version of myself and trying to remember that before I make a step, God, lead me in your direction. Lead me the way that I should go. How am I supposed to handle this financial situation? Give me wisdom so when I get my money, I can be more strategic. How many of us ask that? Or we just go all willy nilly, just, I done messed up so much money before, honey. Let's just be real with it. B Fan 82 said there's the difference, the motive and the purpose of the question. It's important. I like that. The motive and the question, very important. I agree with that. I agree with that. And then a lot of times, and for me, just being honest and transparent, um, trying to get into the word and study it to become